color of your lipstick?
No colors, but I'm sure this
Hey
is
guys,
yes.
I
Hi,
got
Harry.
I got great news. So my online business is doing pretty good, and I think I want to buy a car for myself to go around campus next semester when we are having face-to-face classes. So I'm researching a little bit about car loans, and I noticed that there are two types of loans. What are the differences between those two? I would like to know a little bit if you could explain about it, if you guys know.
Harris, I think the differences is one is a conventional financing and another one is Islamic financing.
That's all? I'm sure there is more into it.
Of course there is. To simply put, conventional banks borrow money from depositors at a low interest rate and lend them to the borrowers at a high interest rate. Meanwhile, Islamic banks requires that finance is provided on the principle of profit and loss sharing.
Oh, that's how it is. But is it by disposing interest, banks will not obtain profit? So how do they make money then?
You guys know that Islamic bank can still make profit without imposing interest while obeying the Sharia law that forbid imposition of interest. Even though it sounds pretty straightforward, theoretically, Islamic banks do not escape from facing the challenges to operate while complying with Sharia law.
What are the challenges that Islamic finance institutions are facing?
I think Putri can help you with that.
Well, I believe the top topic to be discussed in Islamic finance is about Sharia audit. Generally, all institutions that are operating in the Islamic financial industry are assumed to take on a Sharia audit at least once a year according to bylaws and AAOFI regulations. But the problem in conducting this is when they have trouble staffing the Sharia audit department. There are not enough competent candidates with a sharp or precise skill set required to be successful Sharia auditors that may lead them to have trouble detecting Sharia risk concerns or operational risk issues.
I'm sure to help that, they must have an integrated background of auditing to either work. For the alternative solution, I think they should establish one Sharia audit, which consists of auditors from Sharia and accounting backgrounds.
I should also tell you guys all about the existence of specific guidelines for Sharia audit. The industry needs to have one specific Sharia audit framework to guide the Sharia auditors because currently they are practicing from their own perspective that are all available guidelines in the market.
I think to solve that, the industry needs to have a Sharia audit framework that must not be too descriptive and supposedly covering only the important parts such as the requirement auditor's background, governance structure, reporting structure, source of references, and others.
Wow, I never knew you guys know so much about Islamic finance.
No lah Harris, we are still learning as we are taking foundation of Islamic finance for our degree.
Norina, I think we have to leave because my mom already agreed to take us to watch the movie that we talked about earlier. So I am coming to your house to pick you up. So see ya, Harris.
Mm,
Okay, see you Harris, bye
bye.
bye.
Bye bye.
See you later.
Okay.
Another challenge when it comes to implementing Islamic finance is of course Islamophobia. Basically, post 9/11, American government think all Muslims who perform their duty is bad guys. So the American government opposed any changes in idea brought by the Muslims. Although a lot of reason for Islamophobia is due to political reason, according to Professor Muhammad Arif, there was a time since 1963 where Islamic finance system was viewed as a revolutionary changes and positive reform in this industry. But it just didn't go far because of Islamophobia.
Yeah, that's true. Professor Arif also added that there was a time where the West developed a poison product which is collateralized debt obligation, which we call CDO, and spread it to the whole world. However, in Islamic banking, you cannot engage in what is called a dangerous derivative. A dangerous financial instrument which has a high risk of failure to be licensed under Islamic Sharia financial law. But when Islamic financial institution tried to change and reform the CDO, it was totally ignored.
Well, in order to solve that, actions from the government around the world must be taken by lobbying and campaigning for support at large multilateral institutions like the United Nations, for instance, to stop Islamophobia around the globe and bring back Islamic financing system to its glory days. Government can also host summit or organize a platform or forum or an exhibition where they can bring Islamic finance institutions together to further discuss on ways to counter Islamophobic threat and making Islamic banking sectors thrive.
Yes, Imran is right because Kishore Mahbubani, a former UN ambassador, said that there was a reason why the first Iraqi war was successful but the second Iraqi war was not successful. The former was successful because George Bush Sr., the former president of the United States, lobbied for the international support in the UN, while the other president during the second Iraqi war did not. This actually shows how much problem we can actually solve with the support from international community. Together, we can make Islamic finance prosper around the globe.
Wow, you guys are sure connoisseurs in this matter. Thank you so much, everybody, for making it clear for me. I think I completely understand now. Thank you, guys.
Welcome, Harry.
Welcome, Herris.
Now that I fully understand, I think I shall proceed with the Islamic financing for my new right. I think that's all from me. I think that concludes. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.
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 Bye.